wanting to introduce the concept of real-time AI-powered apps. So wanting to kind of welcome you all, everybody, to the modern computing era. We all know in today's world that things are, really changing so fast. And recently, too, I'm sure everybody is like into Chat GPT or GPT, right? To doing all of the artificial intelligence things. That's the latest thing in the market. Everybody talk of the town, right? Kind of thing. So yeah, so as such, data stacks, we're also getting into this market as well. So we just want to talk a bit too about what is real-time AI, and then also some pioneers that are, with our company, DataStax, our flagship product is Cassandra. So if you're into data engineering, data at rest, right? That's our specialty, and now data in motion, which is the streaming, and then now too, like kind of really data in use, more like into the AI area. But the thing is too, we wanted to share with you, our company is Cassandra is our flagship product, and so there are some major companies in the world that's already using Cassandra. Just kind of showing you who are already using real-time AI too. And then also too, company recently incorporated a new company called Cascada. They have a real-time feature engine, that's their specialty with our company. And we wanted to share with you too is that our company is positioned very well and giving practitioners like yourself, developers, scientists, these tools that you will need to construct your real-time AI apps. Yeah. So, and then we like to engage with all of you and invite you to share with us if you have proof of concepts too, and that's the goal of this session. If you feel you have proof of concepts you want to build with us, with our tooling, we'll be very happy to help you out and then partner with you too on your project. So, okay. So now, first, welcome to the brave new world of modern computing. We all know it's exciting now. So as you can see, right, there's this real-time data growth in here. It's just sharing this picture, real-time. Everything is fast, it's very abstract. The real-time is what we're kind of going after. So no longer are we dealing with data in batch. We're kind of talking about data comes, so we want to immediately ingest and being able to figure it out what needs to be done, right? Just now at the session, I talk about event streaming. That allows you to process data as it comes without even writing to disk. You can do things in memory using different packaging to do, or kind of event processing type of, tools for you, libraries to help you to process data in real time. And then basically, the advantage of that is that you, as developers to building end-user products, then you will increase, like end users, consumers, increase their expectation and also kind of satisfy their needs better too. Basically, we're in a very dynamic market, right? And they're full of different types of consumers. And basically, we wanted, again, to make an impact, all of us, right, together, you're using our tools to create real-time applications. Okay, so basically too, some of the challenges are basically allowing instant access to these data, not just accessing the data, but we want data to be accessed at scale. So basically, if it is AI, machine learning type of applications, you're, kind of ingesting so much data, you incorporating a lot of data, it needs to have systems that are fast enough to ingest them, and also immediate too. So that's what we can provide you with. Tooling like that, instant access to data at scale in all forms of data. And also then help you to, we have like tools to help you to build in all these intelligence we integrate by different toolings as well. And also as such too is time sensitive too. As we know, right, like especially with time sensitive data, if some things, you get some data you want to immediately analyze and produce some results, not wait for it, because if you wait for it, then the opportunity goes away. Maybe some data will become stale if you don't immediately process it. So that's that. And not only that too, we want the data to be globally distributed. And for, operations data, you can, these days we're talking about global data centers and companies that are global, span across the globe. You want people to work together, the process, the people, everybody to work together fast too. So we have also cloud native kind of systems to enable you to do that. And essentially cloud native, and it's built also for multi-cloud, like hybrid cloud situation, not just for on-prem, but there can be on-prem, private cloud, and public cloud all work together as well. Okay, so that's kind of like the challenge we're facing. So now what is real-time AI, right? So when we talk about this, it's basically Real-time AI is making use of real-time data to help you to make informed decisions and allow you to take actions on it. So you can be having these data to help with personalization, right? Immediately data comes in. And making recommendations, that's also an area that's being used, especially like e-commerce type of retail too. There are a lot of recommendations in there that you want to immediately analyze the pattern of a shopper shopping for something. Then you can make immediate recommendation. You don't want to wait. Somebody is on the site. You want to immediately figuring out, oh, they are buying something. Let's say buying, I don't know, buying a car, and they might be making, you know, I want a car that's SUV. I want it how big and how all these things at speed, and you want to immediately analyze what else will be available within that range, and you want to immediately present to the users, here are your other options. So then you're giving consumers more choices for what you're trying to sell. And then, of course, too, there's a life cycle like customer value as well, right? You have all these data. You also can keep track of the state of all of these things of customer buying patterns, all of these things too. And then like churn prediction, all of these things too, yeah. Okay, so now real-time, and then it gets to real-time data. So basically, real-time artificial intelligence will need also like real-time, the data itself is really gold, right? You need the data first. Data also kind of very often is time series data with a timestamp too. So essentially too, you want to collect the data and process it in real time, and with current timestamp, all of these things, and that essentially help you to make decision right away. So that's the goal. Okay, so now then it gets into feature engine and store. So that too, how many of you are already working maybe with feature engine, like doing machine learning? Yeah, right, okay. Maybe, yeah, it's a bit of a new term, right? Feature engine, feature store is essentially, you know, when we're dealing with data kind of comes in all raw, but you want to turn it into useful and meaningful too. So that's what it is. It's basically you turn the data, making it more valuable. That kind of turns it into a feature engine. Kind of feature is essentially extracting. You have some formula to extract it, and then essentially to determining, okay, what the value of this data is. So it requires a certain level of processing and immediate too. So this kind of real-time feature engine is what we have currently. DataStax has acquired a company called Cascada, and they're specializing in feature data and feature engine. And then now with Cassandra too, with our data store, they can rely on Cassandra to help with the storage of data, that part too. So okay, so as such, right, you have the feature engine, but you also need the store. Store is like a repository of data, like a database, any kind of database. But in our case, we have Cassandra, which is, as you may be aware, Cassandra. How many of you are using Cassandra? I'm just curious. Okay, so quite a few of you. As you know, too, it handles big data real well. It's kind of decentralized, so it's always on. And as you all know, especially for big enterprise system, it's very robust too and never goes down. Essentially, that's Cassandra. So it's kind of company too has these products to help you to do kind of this kind of processing, right? And so that's that. And so just to give you some example too, at our company, we have some real-time AI, we call them pioneers, that are already, it's built on Cassandra too. We want to share with you we have big customers such as Uber. And Uber, like basically, they have drivers and partners, as customers, all these data. You want to be able to have the Uber be able to process all of this data. There's so many, cars that are operating, all of these people, all of these things, and you want, all of the data comes in as it kind of, you have driver picking up, passengers. You want to immediately analyze all of their patterns and immediate, like real time where they are, all of these things. So Uber is our kind of customers already using Cassandra with their system, and then also Netflix as well. Also is one of our biggest customer, and they already developed like recommendation engine. All of these they are leveraging on our Cassandra database, as well as also Federal Express, as you know, is a worldwide kind of delivery of packaging and letters and all of these things too. So these are some examples of customers already built using our Cassandra. Okay, and then with DataStax too, we have our managed cloud platform. So these are essentially database managed cloud. So in other words, you don't need to manage your cloud. As you know, if it's managed cloud, everything is essentially you can subscribe to our service, and then we manage the cloud for you, right? So in other words, there's no need for you to have your own database administrator to manage all of these things with the database. So our Astra platform already is backing all of these market-leading real-time AI. And these are just examples, right? Priceline, you have thousands of partner sites, and they are using Cassandra, and they're also scanning things in real time to help with travel searches, right? And here in India, there's a TikTok type of equivalent, Verse, right? They're also using Astra platform too, and Barracuda, and so on and so forth. These are just some examples if you're interested on this slide deck, if you want to get that. Okay, so then talk about, right, the first two, before we get into the real-time AI, we talk about traditional way of doing things. And traditional way too, it has its place in processing time, right? But it's really becoming obsolete because it's basically falling short of business and consumer needs because they're just not able to keep up with the speed, right? And we want essentially to have much faster way of processing data. And it basically, in this particular case, it's just showing you traditional AI way. It's not as a real-time type of processing. Everything is in batch, right? You're collecting all of the data, and then you batch them up. Maybe a nightly batch job, you kind of process it through and do analysis, all of these things. And over here, the nighttime, it will go through, system of record comes in nightly batch, going through the warehouse, and then generating, do a feature transforms, and then generate all your data and store them, and then basically train your model, and then build out your model registry, and then do all the batch production. And then basically from here, then you go through production store. As you can see, yeah, it works. But the thing is, it will take longer because you're waiting the processing to process at night versus real time. So that's the traditional way. So here it is that if you kind of look at that same diagram, is that we want to be able to deliver the data at scale and in real time. So you essentially leverage on a streaming platform such as our Astra Streaming. You can kind of immediately, right, process the data and do feature extraction, doing the feature store them right away. Especially too with our Apache Pulsar platform, we have Pulsar functions that allows you to process data in a serverless way, and it's real fast and works really well in the cloud, right? And generate all of your features, feature the data, and then store them in our feature store. And essentially, it allows you for doing real-time prediction, everything. And it's just a lot faster, as you can see, the whole cycle over here. And so that's what it is. Like if you compare, then we're eliminating that nightly batch kind of needs, if there's no need to kind of, if you want something more immediate. So, okay. And next diagram, too, is basically just like a quick kind of illustration in a graphical way, right? It's this kind of picture worth 1,000 words. It's basically you do connect, to your structured event-based data, and Cascada, this library that we have, this vendor we have acquired, basically they have the capability of computing features instantly too. So we're leveraging on Cascada to help us with the AI kind of side of the processing. And then immediately too, then you can output all of your data and consume these features anywhere too. It will output it for you. So that's the idea, like that. Okay, let me see the time. Okay, so essentially we wanted to tell you is that, yeah, everything's kind of high level now, but as you can see over here, all of these different processing in Cascada that can help you to do is, say, continuous and discrete kind of time travel, all of these things, and doing the stream join and ordered processing of these all of these data that it does all the grouping and regrouping, loading directly from S3 buckets. All of these are all built into Cascada too, and streaming data, all of these things. And also like the different things to do with machine learning, like pandas have data frame output and Python extension, all of these, it works with them very well too. It's essentially, Cascada is a Python built library too. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I think I'm just about done in here, but just wanted to kind of close out by saying speed and scale is basically important things to consider. We're not just doing things kind of the same way we do every day. We're going to kind of look into, is it, increasing the value of your business? Is it increasing agility of your business? You need to look into that, right? There's time-sensitive type of decision you need to make right away, and very resilient, also like very scalable and flexible things. That's what we're looking at, right? And basically, the advantage of such is to improve your customer experience. That's the ultimate. Then it will help your business, and we can all keep our jobs. Kind of not only that, our jobs will even get better. Maybe you can design better systems that can do more automation, and you can do more innovation at the same time, and let the process run by itself. So, okay, so these are again just different leaders using real-time AI-powered apps that I already show you. And then every new application, as DataStax is kind of envisioning, will be all real-time and AI-powered. So again, all these things still have a lot of work to do, but we want to kind of show you too, these are kind of more like a marketing type of prediction, right? We're talking about there'll be growth of real-time data like 10 times in 2025 and 3 times the growth in all overall data. So we know the wave of the data is coming, essentially. And the impact of real time, so it will drive your revenue growth and all of these things. Yeah, so, okay. And basically, the reality, though, if we kind of get back to now, we are still not quite there yet. It's still kind of challenging. There's lots of needs for better skills, that we need to have better skills to understand how to use these tools and develop some of the tooling. And also, it's complex, too, to deploy it and get the real-time things operating is not as easy, but we're working towards it, making it better, right? And all these things. And then the old architecture cannot support this real-time AI. And essentially, too, batch AI is out of sync. It's just a review, again, right? It's just everything going through system of record, it always takes longer, so we don't want that. And then, essentially, too, we want to introduce to you, again, DataStax. If you go to our booth, you see this picture. It's a newly designed picture, basically showing you that we're aiming at, helping you to develop machine learning AI type of applications. Data is the center of it's the core of our business. We have database as a platform, the Astra database, and streaming to help with data in motion, that part. So we have like complete open data stacks. These are all open source, driven by all open source software. So the nice thing is that using open source software underneath the hood is actually also enable you to become more flexible too. If you ever need to change something, it's not as hard to do. Okay, so this is just again showing you too. We have machine learning now. That's what we're working towards. But DataStax comes up with open source and then grow into database as a platform. Now event streaming, queuing. Now we're moving up to provide you with more value in machine learning and real-time AI product set. And okay, so there's just building everything faster and scale without limits. And with that, here are some resources from DataStax. Please visit our website to get more of this information. And over here, the AstraDataStax.com is where you can get a free $25 per month credit, US dollar credit, to try out our Astra database platform too. You don't need credit card, but just try something out. We encourage you to do that. And with that, for more information, please visit, and also some amazing swag. I think there are t-shirts. There will be t-shirts tomorrow at our booth too. Today, I think we ran out already. So we will have more swag. So please visit the DataStax booth before you go home tonight or something. Or before the conference ends, please visit our booth. And with that, I want to thank you so much again. I appreciate it.